Hey everyone, this is Rachel, and today I'm here with a new scrapbooking process video. Thanks so much for joining me here, and I hope you enjoy. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome, and I would love it if you would become a subscriber. You can also click on the notification bell so you always know when I have a new video up. Alright folks, let's get going!
Hey everyone, so I am here today using a sketch. As you can see, I printed out the sketch and my printer died about 3/4 of the way printing out the sketch. I will pop it up on the screen a couple of times just to show you. It is from one of the summer crop challenges at my little scrapbooking store that is over on Facebook. So I did use that sketch that was one of the challenges. I have with me, as you can see from the beginning of my layout, beginning of my video, the For the Love of Homemade Kits kit that I actually made for the month of May. I didn't actually really use a lot of it. I had a whole bunch of it left over. I'm in the midst of packing things up. I found this and I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use this. I really love this heart paper. It's actually not my favorite paper. The favorite paper is actually that multicolored ampersand paper that I didn't end up using. But this definitely fit the layout better than the ampersand paper. So I'm going to be turning the sketch on its side so it's a vertical tower rather than a horizontal one. I've got a vertical photo, so that makes the most sense. And I just whacked my microphone. I apologize. So I have this photo, and the photo is of a mug and a tea bag. Now, I actually took this photo for a mini album or a mini tag album about your favorite things, and I was looking for another photo, and I happened to come across this. Another thing I'm doing is with a message board I belong to, we are doing a virtual road trip where we are doing different challenges involving traveling around the country virtually, as obviously no one can actually do that realistically right now. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm laying down a base of some misting with Velveteen Green from Shimmer's Paints and then my gold Heidi Swap Color Shine. And that is in the sketch originally, so I did want to stick to that. So as I was saying, I found this photo when I was actually looking for another older photo, and the idea behind this challenge in regards to the message board was to scrapbook a treasured souvenir from a trip. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about the tea bag here. I'm talking about the mug. The mug is actually from Sesame Place, which is a kind of an amusement park for smaller children in Pennsylvania, and we took my nephew when he was younger, and I found this mug, which is a depiction of the Nighthawk piece of art, but with Sesame Street characters, and I loved it so much, and unfortunately it broke, and I no longer have it, and I still miss it to this day, and I really wanted to do a layout about the mug, because it's important. And I know it's a silly story. A lot of my stories are silly stories, but in 40 years, I want to remember, oh my gosh, I really loved this mug. So that's why I am going ahead and scrapbooking it. Now you can see I'm basically just piecing things together. I've got that yellow heart paper. I've got that lime green diagonal stripe paper. I have these gold foil flecked tissue paper that I'm tucking over on the left-hand side. I originally thought it would go over on the right, but I decided it looked better over on the left. So I'm just doing a lot of tucking of pieces of paper and just little elements. I'm also going to add washi tape in here as well. While my background paper was drying, that's what I was working on. And now I'm going to go ahead and very carefully tape the tissue paper along with the rest of the paper and go ahead and get that down. Now right now everything is skewing very yellow and green. I am going to add some more colors in, do not worry. So what I have now is some 6x6 piece scraps, and once again, I'm just tucking things behind. Now, I don't necessarily always do this type of thing where I take little bits of scraps and tuck them behind, but it worked with this style of layout, which is very kind of laid back and kind of piley, if that would make an actual word. Also, there's quite a bit of kind of randomness because I'm actually on a Zoom call with some friends of mine while I was scrapbooking this. So I edited quite a bit out when I was talking and chatting. So I do apologize for that. I bring out that pink scrap of paper, but I don't know if I actually end up using it. I actually don't remember. I instead go to this washi strip from a Paige Evans line, and I'm going to use a bunch of those over on the right hand side. Now, in the original sketch, this was, I believe, supposed to be paper, but I used a bunch of washi instead. I also add that red one with the gold hearts. Now, right now, it looks pretty awful, that red heart one. I am going to add things to it to make it more inclusive, and it ends up looking, I think, personally, obviously, personal opinion, really cute in the end. So I'm kind of just poking through my embellishments, seeing what I've got. I actually only have like a strip or two of washi left in that entire pack. So I was really, really pleased with myself for using that, a whole bunch of that. Now, from the sticker sheet, I pull out that little framed floral piece, and then from the chipboard sheet, I pull out that rare and beautiful chipboard piece. And now I think it's kind of going a little far to call it rare and beautiful, but to be honest, I have never been able to find this mug again in searchings on eBay and all other internet searches. So I found similar things, but not this exact mug, which I would love to get it if I could replace it, but I have not found it. So I start my title using those Paige Evans mini thickers for the word favorite, and then before I move on to the rest of my title, I'm going to do a little bit more embellishing. Now, this little peachy orange thing comes from an Amy Tangerine line. They actually were rolled up kind of faux suede palms, but someone had told me you can take the sticky part off of them and unroll them, and then it's like a little faux suede fringe. So I did go ahead and add that to the left-hand side of my photo. And I just end up holding it there for a second just to make sure the glue dries, because this the Arc Glitter clear glue that I use dries pretty quick. Once I get that done, oh, I do love the way that looks. I know there isn't a lot of orange going on in this, or peach going on in this line, but I really, in this, wow, layout, but I really did love the way that turned out. I did add some more liquid glue to the back of that chipboard piece, and I also added that metal enamel piece down near the bottom. That also came from an older Amy Tangerine line, and I think I got it at like Staples when it was on clearance. So but I just thought it was cute. It also brought that aqua green, jade green color into that bottom portion of the layout. I'm also going to be using, in addition to the mini thickers, I'm adding some Jilly Bean bean board alphas, as well as those Snap flat alphas. So my entire title is You Are, or You're Still My Favorite. So as I said, I just wanted to add this particular layout. As I said, I originally took this photo as part of a little like favorite things about me tag book, but when I took this photo, I still had the mug, and I no longer have the mug, so I wanted to scrapbook about that. I added that love, love, love tag that is from Ellie Studio, as well as some enamel dots, and I don't even know where these are from, but I had added them to my For the Love of Homemade Kits kit back in May when I put this together. I'm also adding some of the gold hearts, both from the flat stickers and the chipboard stickers. Both of those are a Dear Lizzie line. Feel good, something about being good, do good, something like that. And also the papers are all from an older Dear Lizzie line called Documentary, from a paper pad I had picked up at Michael's a long time ago. So I'm finishing up the embellishing here, as I said, chipboard and flat stickers, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling. And before I do my journaling, I will once again show you the sketch before I am completely finished. Oh, I do add that one little sticker, and I think that really helps that red and gold heart washi kind of just feel more like that's where it belongs versus just being stuck down there. Like once I added that little blue sticker, I was so much happier with the way that looked in the center part of my layout. So here again is the sketch, and then obviously you can see I moved the tag down where it is. Not everything is exactly the same, but it absolutely does not have to be when you are making a layout from a sketch. You can be inspired by one element, you can follow it completely, you can flip it around, you can do whatever you want with it. It's just an inspiration point. So I start writing my journaling, and then I just paused because I wanted to make sure I was doing the right words, talking about, missing a mug, which I know, once again, sounds silly, but, sometimes the silly stories are the favorite stories. That is going to complete my layout for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you have any questions, just drop a comment and I will get back to you. Bye, everyone.